Hello, my love, and welcome to Convos for A Bubbly Life. I'm your host, Tiara, aka T, and I love to live a life that is bubbly, meaning an extraordinary life by your own design. On this podcast, we explore the journey of creating the life of our desires. So let's get to it. There's so many synchronicities coming in for me right now, and I have to share and talk about it and expand upon it because I think it's super important, one, for us to share our journeys with each other so that we can learn, get inspiration, and take what we can learn for ourselves to help us create, because what are we here for? Creating an extraordinary life, yes? And so some things to point out. One, I just had this amazing what's the word I'm looking for? This astrology report, but galactic, that's the word I was looking for. I was like, I don't know why gastro came out. Galactic Astrology report done, and the opportunity showed up for me through a program I'm doing with my mentor, and I took it, right? And so I think it's super funny because I was saying in the last episode how whenever I change seasons of this podcast, I feel like I change seasons in my life. And I literally started this new season of the podcast and then, a day or two ago, and now here we are having this grand moment, just really edifying all the things that I kind of already know, right? And so I want to first say, whenever I've gotten to a place now that if I'm not super excited about joining a program or, a journey with a mentor, I don't take it. I used to get into this place of feeling obligated, I've been with this mentor for a while, or this coach, and I've joined their community, I've done and especially if they've given me a place to speak in their community, a leadership role or whatever, then I felt kind of compelled to have to participate in everything that they do. There was a codependency there, and whether or not I was getting anything out of that relationship, it just was something within me that said that this is what I have to do. They made me an affiliate, they made me a this, they made me a that, or whatever. And so I have to give back, knowing full well that I've already given them so much of my time, my energy, my money, and I talk about them on a lot of different bases. But one of the things that I love about working with Tia is that she is very specific about not having to have that codependency and the potency of the work. And that's what I am bringing to my space, right? Is just this not needing, you don't need me to create your life, right? But it's great to go on this life journey with someone else. That is the thought process. It's more fun, in my opinion. I could go to a bar and drink a glass of wine, but going to a bar and drinking a glass of wine with my best friend, I have a better experience than just doing it on my own. Can I go there and by myself and make a new friend and do whatever? Yeah, but sometimes I go there and the people there, the vibe is just not right, and it's whatever, and then I'm just kind of alone in this space. And then there are times where I go to other places and maybe it's just all my people are there and I'm fine by myself and I can make new friends and I can do whatever, and that's great. And then there are times where I go to the place that's kind of the vibe isn't there with somebody, and what could have been a not as fun time is now a grand time. And even so, even if I go to the place where the vibe is perfect and I can make friends and whatever, and I can go by myself and I feel comfortable by myself, when I bring along a partner in crime, if you will, I bring along a bestie, a grand time is even greater, right? And so I think that, yes, we have to do our own work, but we don't have to do it alone. And I think that is super important message to share is yes, we have to do our own inner work. Yes, we have to do the things to create for ourselves, but you do have a support system. And in saying that, I've gotten to a place where if I'm not excited about the potential, or I just don't feel there's not a pull for me to take this next program, I'm I feel I kind of know all the things that are going to show up here or whatever, and I'm not. Or, you know what? Ooh, that sounds really interesting. I don't even know what it is about it, but like that sounds fun and I don't want to miss out. I'm going to sign up. And so that's kind of how I've gotten to this nowadays. It's just like, okay, that sounds really cool. I don't know what's going to happen. But I know that there's something in it for me. And who knows, like, honestly, like when I signed up for this program originally, I was just like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, I'm doing it. I don't know. Like, you know, like there was a trust in the moment, trust in myself that whatever is showing up here is going to be amazing. And the trust in Tia that like, she's going to bring the fire. Right. And I've been enjoying this process over the past year. And this moment shows up of like being able to expand upon this work. And I got to have this one-on-one galactic astrology reading with Anouk Sophia, and it really just like, I don't know, like put a pin is the visual that I'm saying. Like I've been talking about, you know, I see myself in this place of leadership, in this place of nurturing and healing and holding space for people. And it's just like, it's not like she told me something that was completely new to me. It was very much just reaffirming my soul, reaffirming where I needed to go. And it was something that I needed to hear, in the sense that like sometimes we have this feeling of like, all right, this is what I want. But no, living in this world where, you know, things don't manifest instantaneously, there are these moments of like, well, I don't know, like, am I good enough? Or who am I to? Or where do I even begin? And while I wasn't given an instruction list of like, do this, that, and the other, it gave me the inspiration to know and the clarity to know that I'm on the right track and I am doing the right things. And it's all coming to fruition. And she said something about like all of the programs and all of the things that you've taken, there is a reason for it. And it's kind of funny because I had signed up for a program, I don't know, probably like 2-3 years ago at this point, and working with another mentor that I no longer work with or resonate with anymore. And in one of the sessions with this person, they said something about building a online wellness community. And it didn't, at the time, it sounded super dumb. I was like, no, I don't do health and fitness and whatever. Like, no. But as I'm like looking at this membership, and I know that there's so many things that I have within me. Like I'll turn on a YouTube video and be like, oh, I can do that. Like literally I just found a new YouTuber, creator, and I think it's like Grow with Joe, I think is the channel. And, I love, cause she's like, I mean, she looks like me in the sense that like, you know, she's, a person of color and she has curly hair. And so like I resonate with that, and she does workouts, and I've only done a couple of them, but like I like that the music that she chooses and the fact that, you know, she's not really talking the whole time. A lot of the ones that I've pulled up are like actually silent, and she just kind of like previews what the next move is going to be, and it's like a hit thing, and I really enjoy it. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, I could do that. Not in anything taking away from her, but it's just like this like, oh, right. Like I have training, and like I've literally worked at a gym before and multiple times, and done like dance fitness and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, while I don't want that to be the whole essence of me, you know, people always talk about niche down, niche down, niche down. And I'm like, I am so much more than this, that, and the other. And in this conversation, that was something that was open up, is like, you have so many different talking points. And it brought in that reminder of the wellness community. And I was like, you know what? Holy cannoli, A Bubbly Life, the membership, it's going to be a wellness space, right? Like it is your virtual wellness center. And I know that in the future, we're going to have retreats, and we're going to have in-person meetings, and we're going to have in-person things where we can really like talk and like lay hands and hug and do fun shit. But also like where we're starting is a community, right? And a community that is holding sacred space for our mind, our body, and our spirit to really open up to our true authentic selves, and then bringing that into the world and creating the life of our desires, right? And so like it is phenomenal, sacred, amazing space, and I'm super excited for it. And I think it's just so funny how it all just like falls in together. It all just like ties in. So while like, I mean, wellness center, if you will, is just like kind of, it's not something that I'm probably going to use in my marketing, but like it just is like this idea that it's all encompassing, is just basically like a whole wellness space. So, you know, bringing in Reiki, bringing in healing, bringing in this nurturing of you and where your dreams are, nurturing of your dreams. And it is a place for you to show up, say out loud what it is that you're looking to create for yourself in your life. And no one's gonna like shun you for it, right? No one's going to tell you you can't. This is not the place for it. And if you're a person that likes to say, no, you can, or who are you to somebody else, you're not welcome. Sorry. We're not gonna have that kind of conversation. We're here for opening ourselves up, right? It just brought me back to being at the bar and someone saying a cheers, and I do believe I shared it before, and I'm like, I can't remember. It was like, cheers, because men are blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you know what? No, like, no, I'm not cheersing to something that I don't want to keep creating into my life. Right. Or like, I've heard someone say like, I'm going to treat the men the way they treat me. And I'm like, how about treating yourself the way you want to be treated, and then treat whoever you are going on a date with the way that you want to be treated? How about let's create an expectation that people are going to show up and love you. Let's create an intention that like I am deeply loved by those who are around me. And so when we enter the world, we see the people that love us, and then we put ourselves in situations that we're with people who love us. Something I recognize when I talked about investing in programs that got me excited is that I have a better experience when I invest in myself. I invest in something that feels good to me. I invest in what I want and not what I don't want. You know, if I invest in something because I'm afraid that I'm going to miss out, and I'm going to like something, you know, like if I'm afraid is why I invested in it, that, if I don't join this community, then, you know, my mentor and all the people that I've met within this community, I'm going to lose them in my life, and they're not going to be like, I'm literally paying for their friendship. You know, like that's what it is. Like I am paying to like get some attention. And and so it's a fear. It's a fear-based investment, and I don't need that. We're gonna invest in what's fun. Like I'm investing in, this is fun for me. This is good for me. This is uplifting for me. This is inspiring for me. This is expansive for me. This feels good for me. If I feel like, oh, but what if I miss out? I know that's not the space. What if I'll find, like, I trust that whatever I need is going to show up for me in another way. If I'm like, this is not the only time. This is not the only time for me to like get it. If like there is something in there, but really like fear is not the investment that we need to invest in, right? We are investing in exploration. We are investing in extraordinary. That's where we're paying attention to. And I'm seeing these things, and I'm looking at it and different invitations that I've been receiving, and opportunities that are showing up, and how do we balance, right? I said it was astrology, right? So we talk about like there's a lot of air, a lot of Libra in my chart, and I am aware of that. And as the Libras are known for for creating balance, or wanting to maintain balance, being justice, and being able to hear both sides of a conversation and understand where somebody's coming from, regardless of like whether or not they agree with it. We can understand. There is compassion on overall. And I know that I'm an extremely compassionate person. I do believe that all people are inherently good. There are some people that have just been so hurt and run through the ringer, or been indoctrinated to believe certain things that make them do not nice things. And yes, I am saying that free of like mental, disease and like wiring that is not, and I don't want to say correct, but like the miswiring in someone's psyche that does, yes, there are people that need so much more help and support on that level. And that is not the work that I do, but I recognize that is out there. But in general, on a like grand scale, people just want to be loved, want to be seen, want to feel something bigger. They want to feel in general, like they just want to feel. Why do people do anything? They want to feel empowered. They want to feel loved. They want to feel something grand, something big, something potent within them. And that's a big driver for a lot of behavior, whether we can deem it positive or negative, high vibrational or low vibrational, trying to create something within us. A fulfillment. We're chasing fulfillment, yes? I know I want to feel fulfilled, but, we get to choose to be fulfilled. We get to choose whether or not, we are fulfilled in this moment. Like, yes, we can want for more, but also choose to be happy and grateful and see the beauty, see the abundance around us. Choose to accept that as our truth and let in more. We can choose to do that. So in the space of A Bubbly Life, in our community, we're going to be fostering and holding sacred space for the mind, the body, the spirit, to create an extraordinary life for ourselves. So I invite you to join us on the journey. Like I said, early adopters, you get a 30-minute one-on-one with me through the months of June, July, and August, leading up to the official opening of the membership. So sign up now, sign up early, get that one-on-one attention. Otherwise, it's going to be a community and we're a family, and all of that information is going to be held in there. And while I love doing things on the fly and people reaching out and all of that good stuff, like if you're a part of that community, like I will find there are going to be moments where I'm going to set boundaries. And, someone like doing Reiki in the middle of the bar the other week. That's something fun. And I don't think I'll ever stop doing it. It's a fun thing to do. And I really enjoy doing it, but it's not something I'm going to do all the time, every single place, to every single person. No, that's not how this is. We're in a society that runs on money, honey. And it is, I see it as like, an infinity symbol, right? So we give and we receive. We give and we receive. And I love having a cup that is overflowing. And in order for us to really give, I truly believe that our cup needs to be overflowing in order for us to give fully of ourselves. Yes. And give the potency of ourselves to the world. So what are we receiving in return? That is the thing. I have found in my life that I have depleted and tried so hard and pushed so hard in order to feel, like I said, like tried so hard to get people's attention, tried so hard to be loved, like did all of the extra stuff and like went above and beyond in so many different ways, or how I felt like I exerted so much energy and I felt like I got just like a little pebble back. And I'm not here for that anymore. So when I feel called, yeah, sure, I'll do stuff like on the fly for free. Like I don't think I'll ever give up this podcast. This is fun for me. I'll do the things that feel good and that feel right in the moment. But if it doesn't feel right, there's a boundary, friend. there is a boundary. You can be a part of the community. You can join one-on-one mentorship if you really need that deep dive and that like extra one-on-one attention. I will tell you, one-on-one attention has meant so much to me. If you want one-on-one attention, like I said, early adapting to the membership, super, super great way to get it. It feels so good. I would say, hop in there or whatever. These next, what is this? June, July, August, next 3 months, power. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a phenomenal day, life, week, all of that. And you can always go to www.abubbly.life/luxury living for quick access to all the different things that we have going on. And I will catch you on the next one. Mwah!